Hello guys, Garcia here. Welcome back to Outlast. Alright guys, so let's continue here. So we just escaped from Eddie Gluskin there, but we just entered the building again, so odds are we are going to meet him again here. So we need the key for this door here. So no sense even like trying to memorize this because I'm not good at that. So find the key to access the mail ward. Okay. Alright, so... Oh, only 2 batteries. Oh man, that's bad. Oh, there's a battery. Oh yeah, I forgot. We'll be limping for the rest of the game now. So that's going to be slightly annoying. And this is our running speed, by the way. Yeah, so the prospect's not great. But it is what it is. We'll have to deal with Eddie again. With this now. Oh yes. That is rough. So, bodies hanging like wet laundry, like skinned rabbits, men mutilated, hunted, and murdered. The shortest distance between any 2 points separates violence and ruined lust. So, whatever story he's telling himself, he's not making women to bear his children, he's making women to kill them. So, Lisa, I want you to burn this place and any evidence that ever existed to the ground, destroy the Murkoff Corporation, bury it in shame, or bury it in shame, take away its money, wipe it from history. That's a tall task. So this man thinks he's in love. He thinks the therapy made him better. Everything reeks of death and fear, piss and coppery blood, meat decomposing to gain. All right. All right. So knowing that won't necessarily help us here. Man, just give me a couple of batteries. Just it's so annoying. So we are going to be here later. Not be here later. We are going to on the main game. You are going to come here, right? The kitchen. I don't remember if it's the same kitchen. Probably not, right? Oh hey. Yeah, didn't have a great time this one. Well, rough, isn't it? Yeah, because of the spotlights here, this room is weirdly lit, right? So some bots are complete, others not so much. So I'm trying to not step on anything, just in case. This is closed. Locked.
When I was a boy, my mother often said to me, get married, how happy you will be. I looked all over, but no girlie can I find who feels like this.
Do I need to hide or not? So one thing that I do know is that is not a phrase that he's just using. As far as I know that's actually a song, right? So he's not actually talking about his mother, he's just repeating the song. Oh man. So I'm trying to learn the layout here. Alright, so to this side. Right. So I can use the cabinets here. On this side, kind of a library here. The only way to exit here is through that bigger vent up there. I don't think I can open this. Yeah, no. Makes sense. So it's not like I have a ton of choices. This one is blocked off. Alright, I can jump up here. I can also open this. Let me open this first then. Oh yeah, the altar. Oh man, I remember this. Before I go, I actually want to check the other side first. Alright, let me try to explore this without using the camera. Man, no batteries. So I'm not sure if I'm just like doing like a really poor job of like finding the batteries. Or that's how it's supposed to be here. I think I can open this. Oh, I see. Oh, there's one of those things that you need to push. So it opens from the other side. Battery. There you go. Unfortunately, I'll have to switch it like right away here. But let's just go back to that room first. Oh, wrong. Here. Let's just do it like right here. Okay. So I think it's going to show up from this side here, if I'm not mistaken. From here, I mean. Yeah. There he is. Can he enter here? No? Okay. So I can't just hang around and wait here. I need to go. Alright, this is a problem. Because the moment I do this, this door is going to be available for him too, right? Odds are. Alright, now I need to listen. Where is he? There's no point in opening this door if he's on the other side, like right there, you know? Oh. Yeah. So what happened here really is one of those like food chain type situations where we have the by far the most dangerous one ends up surviving, right? And this entire area becomes his den basically. Well, I'll have to face him eventually anyway. There he is. I don't think you can survive this guy by running away. My leg's broken. Can I reach it? Come on. Alright, he actually hit me, but I survived, I guess. Alright, I have the key. I don't know what the key is for. Gotta be that door in the beginning, right? Before I entered here. Damn it. Where? I need to jump over here. The kitchen looks samey to me. Alright, this guy's gonna show up anytime here. I'm not going to worry about it, just go. Oh, damn it.
One more. I tried, and I tried. You all betrayed me.
Maybe you're the problem, bro.
You can hang like the rest of them.
No, sir. Come on, Waylon. For Lisa, man. Come on.
Heavier than you look. If this is you on the honeymoon, I hate to imagine our anniversary. Hold still. God damn it, what are you? Ah! Oh, damn it, darling. No, you need to behave. Ah! Ah!
Come on.
We could have been beautiful.
Oh, the irony. Is he dead or not? Good. Oh, Eddie. Maybe in another life, bro. Maybe. Yeah, so there goes Eddie. So one of the things that's interesting about Outlast is that, as far as I know, Outlast 2 is like has nothing directly to do with the Mount Massive Asylum itself, the structure. So it's not like Outlast 2 is here, you know. But one thing that's interesting is that several of the antagonists are already dead after the game finishes, right? So the Doc, presumably is dead, right? The first one we face. Walker, I think, is alive. Oh, that's a lie. He dies in the laboratory, right? In the main game. And Ed is here, so presumably dead too. But not with 100% certainty. And the only other one that doesn't die is the cannibal guy. I forgot his name. So yeah, Outlast, the first game, is kind of a all or nothing type game. They were not like gearing it to be like already like a part one of a franchise, you know. At least doesn't look like it. Alright, we already explored this. So hopefully Ed is going to stay quiet there. Alright, let's give Waylon a rest. The Mayo Ward. So are we going to face any more threats here? Alright, can't move this. Okay, transition. So the greatest sigh of relief that one of the greatest sighs of like relief that I ever breathed, I don't know, in any game ever was when Eddie was like quote unquote defeated the first time. And that was something. I was like, oh, I'm so glad this guy survived. Because if he died, at least like at that point, right? Then the only thing that we would have to hope for is that Miles. Oh,
I've seen more than enough dick and balls tonight to last me a lifetime.
Not all of them attached to a man. Let's wrap this up and get back to the truck.
Amen.
so if the Doc's right there, that could mean that this is happening after Miles already, after the main game, right? So you could argue that it happens before and after, right? So what I was trying to say is that because of what happens to Miles, this guy here, Wayland, is absolutely vital, right? His knowledge, and if he decides to do anything in terms of like trying to kill anything that moves, awesome. Hopefully not me. So in terms of like exposing Murkoff to the world, this guy is absolutely vital. So you can't have Outlast without Whistleblower. So even like with Miles didn't making it, at least if this guy does. All right. File, battery. Okay, so let me read here. I have a few new ones here. So documents. Project Wall Rider patient stay. Oh, I think we already did this, right? No, I think we didn't. So Eddie Gluskin. So the consultation is 2013, so basically this year, right? 46. Okay. So therapy status. Lucid dreaming, murky as ever. Gluskin claims a near constant control of his dream state. Oh, really? Yet correspondence between his narrative and REM cycles. Highly arrhythmic. Highly arrhythmic REM and RM. So morphogenic engine activity plateaus. Sure. Heavy bronchial accumulation. The rashes associated with hormone therapy. Sure. Gluskin remains a frustrating interview subject. He's still trying to tell us that he thinks what we think. No, he thinks we want to hear, which is another problem that you could run into these situations. If you torture someone long enough, they will tell you everything that you want to know, or everything that you want to hear, rather. Which means that a lot of people don't think that torture makes any sense because you will say anything in order to like stop torture, you know, or stop the torture. So avoiding certain elements of the truth, his childhood remains an obvious fiction. He's claiming to have grown up in Leave It to the Beaver. Leave It to Beaver. I don't know what that is. Despite a traumatically violent ongoing sexual experience that is matter of public and medical record. Oh, I see. So he was abused. So when I confronted him with the photographs his father and uncle took. Oh, so they took photos too, man. That's brutal. So he responded with a mixture of laughter and anger, and restraints were issued. So he similarly refuses to discuss his victims both categorically and specifically. So when I showed him pictures of the women, so he would not admit that they were dead or mutilated. All right, so this guy was already a huge problem way before he came to the asylum here. So he's claiming advancement in the morphogenic engine program that he has not yet achieved. Said he could clearly hear the voice of the wall rider just by closing his eyes. Clearly he's still trying to curry the favor of his doctors. I won't speculate at what he expects to gain from it. Well, he ended up gaining way more than he would have hoped here. So beyond hope. So dear sirs. So subject Rodolph Vernick, phase out. Oh, I see. Alright, so the groundwork has been laid to ensure an uneventful egress for Rodolph Vernick from structural and financial systems at Mount Massive. His advanced age should alleviate any suspicions among contractors and employees, among when he has been cheerfully nicknamed the Crypt Keeper. Sure. Oh, man. And legally speaking, he died years ago. I understand patient... he told us, I think, in the final part of Outlast, right? That he should have been dead for a long time, but the wall rider won't let him die, basically. Or Billy, one of the two. Or both. So I understand patients something, and something have already been scheduled for transit. We're all terribly excited at the obvious project potential of the new project. My researchers have combed in through Vernick's files and found no mention of the 3 lucid dreamers. Oh, there was 3, huh? So I think we can safely assume Vernick was sufficiently distracted by the partial success of patient Billy Hope, which ended up being the guy that was the recipient of the wall rider, right? Recipient is a very weird word to use there. So along with his own infirmity. to be ignorant to the real discovery at hand. So even minimal exploitation of these resources is hard to overestimate. I only hope the new facility is sufficiently shielded to allow female staff. That's a problem. So I can see what comes with my own eyes. Helen Granette. Alright, so is this in the past or like for the future? I don't know actually. So they are talking about a new facility beyond this one, or this is talking about this facility we are in. But she's talking about Billy Hope here. So odds are they are talking about what to do next, right? Let's see here. A widower. So he's dead. The amateur surgeon, father-to-be husband. His guts shredded and pulled from his belly. I'm trying not to laugh. Oh God, Lisa, I swear to you, I'm trying. Yeah, the irony. A burning church. A chapel on fire in the distance. I didn't even know we had a church. Where's God when you need him? So the church is on fire, right? If you guys remember in Outlast, one of the most important things that happens in the second half of the game is that the priest, I never remember the name of the guy, so I'm not going to even try. So the priest basically lights himself on fire as like some sort of like ritual sacrifice to either like join the Wall Rider or celebrate the Wall Rider or whatever. So it's part of his religion there. So if that happened, and if we saw the body of Dr. Traeger there, like 10 minutes ago, so that means that we are already ahead of the main game. So we start before the main game. At some point during our process here with Whistleblower, the main game catches up and moves past us. And now we are basically in the future. So we are basically after the main game, right? So I think I explained that not that well, but basically what I mean is that they start at different points, then they equate in terms of timeline. So there are two things happening at the same time, the Wayland story and the Miles story. And then we finishing the game, we finish after the main game. So basically the true ending of the game is actually the Whistleblower DLC, really. So serve and protect. So corporates, cops, mercenaries, private military, contractors, so whatever they call them now, they are as helpless as the rest of us. They need to get out, escape. Well, they authorized deadly force there, so clearly they are not having a good time. But I don't know what they are fighting against, because at this point, most of the enemies, the main problematic ones, are dead. So, which is even a bigger problem, because that means that they are probably fighting the Wall Rider. And we know that weapons don't do anything against the Wall Rider. Alright, so they are pointing the lights towards us here, but I don't know if they even noticed us here.
Multiple officers down in sub-basement. Unknown is there. We need help. Paramedic.
Yeah, clearly they're having problems with the Wall Rider. And that is obviously not good for us. Alright, this is not a path, clearly. I don't know why I was using the camera there. Doc. So he seems pretty dead to me. But you know what? I've seen enough in this place to know that unless you see like a guy burned to death or something like that, he can still be alive. This song's my favorite song in the game. So I'm constantly waiting for a jump scare here, but I don't even know who would jump scare me at this point. Other than the cannibal guy, everybody else is dead. Oh, this song with this quarter is just beautiful. I love it. is one of those, after everything you witness, and you are still witnessing, at least finally peace. This is like the corridor to your redemption, you know? One of those reinforced doors, so this looks exactly like one of the places in which we entered the building for the first time with Miles, right? Let's check everything, see if we can find some files in the end here. Oh, just found it. So I ended up not needing that many batteries at the end here, which is great. Tons of blood, as always. Alright, this bathroom is actually surprisingly clean. Alright, we also been here before in the main game. Yeah, the recreation hall. So this is locked. Can go down here if I want to. I'll probably have to. Yeah, this is locked. Oh, I see. I'm able to run now. Okay. I didn't even notice. Yeah, so there are ways down here, I guess. Oh, sorry. That's not the button I wanted to press there. This is the button I wanted to press. Alright, so before we go there, because I know the game ends there, as you can see the door is open. I'm just going to read the final file that we got here. Yeah, so basically everybody's dead at this point. Other than like the guys that are just like stuck in place, basically. Not stuck in place, catatonic, is that the word? 3 blind dreamers. So who are the dreamers? So these are the 3 patients. Transfer authorization for patients. Oh, 1, 2, 3. So from Murkoff Psychiatric Systems to Mount Massive to Murkoff Ard Zeichner facility. So yeah, they indeed transferred like the best ones to a different place. Other than Billy, right? So caution, level triple black security protocols. That sounds awful. So including chemical restraint, physical restraint, and separate adaptive hyperbaric chambers. Oh Jesus, they are literally sucking like one of those like oval, basically cages, right? Are to be used at all time in transit. So chemical simulations is highly recommended for all personnel within 1500. Oh really? I thought I was reading wrong, but that's it. 1500 of 1500, 500 meters of the patients. So attempts at communication should be assumed to be hallucinations and disregarded. Facial disfigurement should not be taken as a sign of lost acuity. They are physically blind but not unseen. So security clearances for Project Wallrider will not apply to information regarding those patients. So new security clearances will be issued and appropriate protocol assigned. So this is basically their way out in terms of like story design, right? They are basically telling you, well, there's these other guys that also have been through the process that are at very, very advanced stages in terms of like activating the morphogenic engine and so on. So let's just send them to a new facility. So I have no idea where this is, but this might be related to the next games, right? I know that the Outlast Trials is in the past, so and when I say past, I mean like way back in the past, or at least the facility the game starts in there is in the past. So I don't think it's the same. So this might be for Outlast 3, because Outlast 2 is in like starts in that village place there, Resident Evil 4 style. So I'm not sure exactly. But one thing's for sure, it's not over with just this place here, clearly.
Mr. Park. How the fuck are you still alive? Let's make a deal?
Oh, sure. Jeremy Blair. So Jeremy Blair, my supervisor, a man who'd see me skinned, salted, and raped for a promotion and a few martinis. So injured, dying if he's not already dead. I'm trying to feel sorry for him. Really, I am. Yeah. But there's no way in hell he's stopping me from getting out of this godforsaken place. I'm coming home, Lisa.
You help me, I'll help you. God, I'm stuck like a pig.
I can't see.
Help me up, please.
No. See ya? Yeah.
Fucking die!
No one can know. No one. Oh God! Oh God! How to get out? No! No! Stop, please! No! No!
Come on, don't give up. We're too close to give up now. Oh, now we are limping again. Oh, finally the sun. Okay. Don't seem to be bleeding all that much. Oh really? Can I actually use the car? Yeah, this is Miles' car, right? So thanks, Miles. That's the new Wall Rider, right? That's the Miles version. So at the end of the day, Miles did save the day. In a very roundabout way.
You press that button. There's no going back, Mr. Park. There's enough hard evidence in that video file to make a world of shit for our friends at Murkoff. You got out of Mount Massive alive, and we've done everything in our power to cover your tracks. But our enemies are twitching and malicious corporate paranoiacs with resources you're too moral to imagine. You won't be the only target. Anyone you care about, your wife, your child, they'll do nothing to Murkoff but ways to hurt you. I need you to understand the bridge you're crossing here. You will do irrevocable damage to the company. You might even get close to something like justice. But once you click upload, your life is over. Everyone you love is fucked. But it's the right thing to do. Is hurting Murkoff worth that much to you?
Yes, it is. There you go. So the last time I skipped this, the game actually crashed. Oh, this time it worked. There you go, guys. So he made the choice there. It's like actually a very complicated choice to make. So you sitting here playing the game, not having to make that choice. Everybody's a hero when you're on your keyboard, just chilling. But if you actually had to make that choice, really, like in putting everything in like everybody that you know at risk to like out this company, you know, and try to show to the world the brutality of the MK Ultra experiments and so on, and the Wall Rider and all that stuff. Yeah, it's one hell of a choice to make, but he decided to make it. So at the end of the day, both him and Miles had to work together, even though they didn't like actually meet each other. They had to work together to like unveil the mysteries and be in a position to actually out the company, right? So they are kind of a team in a way. And it's rough that Miles had to go there and go through all he had to go through to finally give Wayland a chance to escape, really. Because by him becoming the Wall Rider was actually what allowed our guy to escape in the first place. Wayland, that means. That is, I mean. Because when we came back there during the like last 30 minutes, after we dealt with Eddie, we have to come back through the male ward, right? Which is was the territory of the Doctor. So if nothing had happened, if like Miles had never like come here, then every other like gigantic hurdle and challenge would have to be dealt with by Wayland, right? So by himself, it would not be possible to deal with everything that he was able to deal with. But man, the way that they weave the story in between the two, like the two different narratives that are actually the same, it's really, really interesting. That's one of the main strengths of like Outlast, which is not only the gameplay is amazing, because it's super simple, not complicated at all. It's just a matter of like dealing with your nerves and like finding more and more of these like awful stuff and like being able to deal with it. Not only you yourself as a player, but the characters and so on. But it is not like a game that requires like too much like coordination. Like there's not a single like one of those, I forgot what those are called, when you have to click the buttons that show up on the screen. You know, I forgot the name of those situations, but Resident Evil 4, for example, has a lot of those. You just have to like click X down and something real quick, otherwise like the boulder is going to kill you or something like that. Outlast doesn't have that, and I'm grateful for that because the game is really strong in the narrative side. It's really strong in basically in the choice that the game made, which was we are not going to go for the gameplay. The gameplay will be simple and straightforward and enough for everybody. What we want to do is to focus on the nerves, on the scares, right? On the darkness, and like on basically like trying to make players like manage their, you know, their fears and their insecurities and so on and so on. So it's a very interesting choice. Not all horror games do that. A lot of horror games have that, how should I say this? They have that identity crisis of like they halfway want to be something, halfway want to be that other something, and halfway want to apply this and that, and they end up not doing anything really well, or like what they do well is kind of mitigated by the things that didn't work out all that well. So a great example that I just played on the channel was Call of Cthulhu, right? Which is a semi-horror game, semi-adventure game, semi-action game, but it ends up not being great in anything, really. Just the story is really cool, the content is really cool, the concepts are cool, but the game in and of itself is nothing like really to write home about, because they were not able to make that choice, that conscious choice to be like, all right, we are going to go horror all the way, we are going to go action all the way, we are going to go adventure all the way, and so on and so on. So it's kind of a mess, but Outlast is perfect in that aspect. The identity is right there. You know, it was like right at the beginning they decided this is a survival game. You are going to just survive and try to get as much information as possible to then, by the end, have the option to like show that information to the world. That's your revenge, basically. You're not like trying to kill anybody. You're just trying to not only like get your revenge for what it was done to you, but also to what it was done to all of the people that were forced to participate in the morphogenic engine experiments, in the MK Ultra experiments, you know. Try to expose the truth and so on. So yeah, our guys had to work together here in a roundabout way here, and they were able to expose it to the world and so on. Now, I don't know exactly what happens in 2, because I played a little bit of the game, but I never like finished the game, so I don't know exactly how the story goes. And I also don't know a whole lot about Outlast Trials, other than like can be like played in like multiplayer and so on. So I've seen some people playing it, but I don't know about the story of it. But probably by Outlast 3 we'll know way more about the story and all the other guys that were moved to a different facility and how far along that facility is and so on. If now there's a religion or not dedicated to the Wall Rider, if like that priest was just only the beginning or not, and so on. So there's a lot of questions. What happened to Miles now that he became the I'm using the word recipient for lack of a better term, but he became the new recipient of the Wall Rider. So what happens to him now? You know what I mean? Is it like a one-way street? Can we bring him back somehow? Or he died at the end of the first Outlast game before the Whistleblower here, or during the Whistleblower, but somehow the Wall Rider like kept him alive as a vessel, you know what I mean? So yeah, there's a lot of questions, but this game is amazing. Not only the game has a very interesting story that is super simple, like you just need to like read the files and just follow the story. This is one of those games that basically puts you on wheels, right? It puts you on a train track and it guides you to the end. There's not like wrong door that you can take or something like that, which a lot of people don't like, but I do like for this game. It works pretty well. So yeah, this for me is the greatest horror game of all time so far in history. So there's a lot of games that have way more jump scares and way more like visually brutal stuff and so on and so on. But a game that is as consistent and as dreadful in terms of like atmosphere has never been done to this level to this day, I think. So that's why this game is so revered. And also they are making either a movie or a TV show. I think it's a movie. I don't know who's making it. Hopefully it's either like A24 or something like that. If it is like Blumhouse or something, then it could be like a 50-50. Maybe it's great, maybe it's horrible. I don't know how you tell the story of Outlast in just 2 hours, like one movie. Unless you do the Outlast story and then you do the second movie telling the Whistleblower story. Or the opposite, you do the Whistleblower first and you weave Miles in with the main story, you know what I mean? So I don't know how they are going to do that. But I'm glad they chose to do something with Outlast. Is way too good of a property to not like at least try, you know. Hopefully, that the history shows us, that these adaptations can be from okayish to like awful, and sometimes you get like a Last of Us or something like that, some adaptation that actually works really well. But most of the time they don't work that well. So let's just hope. So yeah, great game. So if you guys never played it, you guys just watched other people playing stuff, maybe because you are like either too scared or something like that, which is totally reasonable. Not everybody likes this type of content at all. It's very niche. So if you want to like give it a shot, just like make sure that it's something that you really enjoy doing. Don't do it just to like as a challenge for yourself or something like that. Just do it because you like this type of content, you like feeling scared, you like dealing with this like complicated, like atrocious like situations, like getting stuck in the asylum with this bunch of people that have been experimented on and so on and so on. So if you like that type of stuff, this is the game for you. And also this game, as I said before, reminds me a lot of House on Haunted Hill, which is my second favorite like horror movie of all time. So every time I play it, I'm reminded of that movie, which is great because I can see some connections, you know. It's very interesting. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed and watched even like a second of the playthrough, I thank you very much. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to play next on the channel to replace Outlast. Probably not a horror game, because horror games, frankly, on my channel don't do very well at all. So not like I'm going to have to, you know, I'm going to keep playing horror games like one after the other. But maybe one day, we'll see. But we'll see what I'm going to play next. So if you guys enjoyed the content, gave it a like and watched and so on, I thank you. So I'll see you guys in the next gameplay or the next playthrough. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.